guys in there? Huh? Okay, we're not hearing anything yet. We in there yet?
Division. All right, their last match the other night, they defeated the Vancouver 86ers 1-0.
There we go. And about ready for the kickoff.
Again, if you just join us, it's Robbie Stoll and Chuck Osmond. It's a great night tonight. The field looks good. It's hot up here in the booth. We're ready to go, and the referee's checking everything, and we will be taking off here.
I was down on the pitch before the game talking to both coaches, and they'd watered the field amply, so it's not what I'd call heavy, but it's certainly not rock hard. So some players, I'm sure, will be glad to play on it.
And we're seeing something we haven't seen for a long, long time around here. The head official is a woman, Nancy Lay, in the center, and she gets everything going. They probably haven't heard a thing we've said so far.
Right.
So we'll probably have to do the whole thing over again, huh?
I don't know, we'll see.
Have you guys heard anything we've said so far? Okay, no problem. We just want to know where to pick it up.
Give us a cue.
You do the open, all right?
Okay.
Start it all over again.
And you start. You guys learning some names.
What a name, huh?
Yeah. Hi, this is ICRC Sports presenting tonight Cincinnati Riverhawks versus the San Francisco Bay Seals. This is Chuck Osmond with Robbie Stahl presenting the game tonight. Looks like a great game. Nice, beautiful pitch tonight. Nice and warm, and we're into the action already. Robbie, what about the history of the San Francisco Bay Seals?
Well, tonight's game is the first time the Riverhawks get a chance to meet them this year, and it's also the last time this season. The Bay Seals bring a record of 6-10 to Galbraith Field, which puts them in 5th place in the Pacific Division. The last game a couple nights ago, the Bay Seals defeated the Vancouver 86ers 1-0.
When you think of soccer, think of Umbro, the company that's been outfitting soccer players.
Well, go on.
Sorry, in the Hawks' last game, the Riverhawks suffered a 6-3 loss to first place Nashville Metros of the Central Division. Riverhawk goals scored by All-Star Jason Carnes, Gino DeFlorio, and Matt Caution in the loss. Looks like a good night tonight, Charlie. As we said before, it's hot as heck up here in the broadcast booth, but the players with the shadow on the field should be a good, cool night for them. This crowd is slowly coming in.
Yeah, it should. The San Francisco Bay team last year was one of the most heralded teams in the professional sports when, as a D3 team in the A-League, in the USISL, excuse me, I believe they knocked off the Kansas City Wizards and knocked off a couple MLS teams too in their bid to capture the Open Cup. And So this is a great group. I was talking to their coach, Tom Simpson, before the match, and well, he says he's got a lot of different players this year. He's real enthusiastic about his side.
Well, I think they suffer the same as everybody else does, like the Riverhawks. The more successful they are, the better players they get. MLS teams pull them up. You know, this is an affiliate, an A-League affiliate of the Columbus Crew, and the Bay Seals are the A-League affiliate of the San Jose Clash. So a lot of these players from the Riverhawks have been up training with the Crew already. Wanamaker's been up there, and some of the others, and it's got to be a great experience for them.
That's for sure. Game 0-0. We're about 4 minutes into the match already. Ball's played down wide on the touchline. Looks like a San Francisco Bay Seals. The Seals have a throw-in down here.
Well, today's been an exciting day for sports, Charlie, huh? You saw some great games on TV in the World Cup, and you got to encourage those fans watching tonight.
Absolutely.
Tomorrow you got some great games. I think the key one is Holland and Argentina replay the '78 World Championships in Argentina.
That's for sure. Holland, what a great side they have, and Argentina, how defensive. Boy, I don't think they gave up a goal in the first preliminary round, did they?
All right, the crowd's starting to get into it here. Riverhawks are building slowly out of the back. They've got a lot of width tonight. They've got a lot of depth. I haven't seen them play for a few weeks, but it looks like they're playing very, very well, even though they lost the last game. Be interesting, Charlie, to see what the difference is between the West Coast style and the Mid-East or Midwest style.
Well, that's for sure.
A couple of big boys up front there for the Bay Seals.
Yeah, they have Bonacorsi up front, along with Raisheen Henderson. And I talked to Raisheen a little bit before the game. Seems like a nice young man. I think he's got some wheels, although I couldn't tell I talked to him. Here's a crack. Saved by Crosby. Played out to Scherzer. Ball's played back on a rebound, back to Chris Wanamaker. Chris knocks out the Strang out on the left back there for us. Ball switched wide over to Yaks, and a little bit too much air in it.
Riverhawks fans, you want a chance to win a $10,000.
Charlie, just noticed we got a female referee out here, Nancy Lay, and so far she's done a pretty good job. Be interested to see how she keeps control.
I think she'll do a great job. I don't think she'd be out there unless she had the credentials, that's for sure.
No.
Gino DeFlorio's got the ball. He's looking long. The Hawks have been playing a little bit longer in the last couple days and last couple matches, and as opposed to really going to a direct target man. We'll see how Coach Ranieri's side works through that. Puts a lot of pressure on front runners, Carnes and also Matty Caution. We'll see how they do with it.
Well, as of now, we've had no chances on goal. It seems it's a midfield battle right now. Both teams, it's not unusual at this level. Both teams feeling each other out. There's a good ball. Oh. Unfortunate call back there for an offsides because the ball from DeFlorio found the front runner and maybe would have created something for us.
Riverhawks are playing tonight with 5 players in the midfield. Wes Schultz is playing kind of a defensive role, whereas Joey Birch and Gino DeFlorio are playing more of an offensive role. Talking to Coach Ranieri this morning, well, a little bit before the game, really, he mentioned that they were really striving to get a little more offensive attack. Robbie, how do you see what is a 5-man midfield? Does that help or hurt his attacking abilities? What do you think?
Well, if you play a 5-man midfield, it helps defensively, obviously, to get that midfield block in there. But you have to have players that are quick at moving the ball and can combine very, very quickly. You also have to have some speed on the outside. You see this a lot in the World Championships on the men's and the women's side, where the players that play with 1, maybe 1.5 or 2 players up front, 3 in the back, and 5 in the middle. It takes some talented players right there.
Nice ball by DeFlorio through the Yaks. Craig serves it in the middle. Jason Carnes right on the end of it. And looks like we have an offside there.
Well, that's what we like to see through the midfield there. You saw the quick build-up, 2 or 3 passes. Gino with the quick switch. Gino was getting into the middle of the goal. Carnes to the back post. A little bit unlucky there. You know, the front runners have got to be feeling a little bit anxious. They lost their last game, and they're 6-8, I believe, right now. And I know as a former front runner, you start to take that responsibility amongst yourself.
Yep.
So you try to get in there too quick sometimes.
Ball's played out on the right near the touchline.
It's been an attractive game. We've only played less than 10 minutes, but an attractive game for the fans. They can't complain today. Everybody's going forward.
I'll tell you, Rob, it's one of the nice things. In the 2 years we've been doing the games here, I don't think I've ever come to a game that wasn't exciting. And as soon as Cincinnati finds that the Riverhawks are, you know, great, not only a good value, but great soccer to watch, it's always very competitive. It's a good night out, let me tell you. I don't think I've ever been to a game here where I haven't enjoyed myself. And last week I said they didn't play very well, but
you can't play well every game. Even the top
right.
teams in the world have some humiliating defeats sometimes. Chuck, being new to the area here, since I just moved here 4 months ago with Ohio South, what do you see the big difference between the team this year and last year now that they moved up a division?
Well, I think the biggest thing is you have players that are playing much faster. I think certainly that's the biggest thing. They brought in a lot of new personnel. Some of the players are a couple English players, Italian and so forth. And I think the game is just played much faster, as you would expect at the A level.
The fans out there, we apologize. We can't tell some of the players' numbers, particularly on the Golden Seals. You can see it on your screen, but we can barely see out of the broadcast.
Well, plus they have red jerseys with black numbers, and with the sun coming in, it's tough to see them. We'll do the best we can with the positioning, that's for sure. Wanamaker's getting ready to tee up a goal kick here. Chris had one of those goals last week he'll always tell his grandkids about, where he punted the ball right to their striker, who happened to chip it right over his head in the goal.
Hey, that happens the best. I was up watching in qualification, USA-Mexico, and I was there when Keller gave up that goal, 40 seconds left to Mexico. He played it right to, I think it was Hermosa's head. It happens to the best.
You think they want some more business, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, goalkeepers like to be involved anyway. I don't know. Yeah. I don't think you saw the game today, but Schmeichel at the end of the game for the Danes, he was up on a corner kick with 3-4 minutes left. And he scored goals. They showed a highlight of him scoring a goal for Manchester United like that. You know, my idea is, hey, if you're losing 2-1 with a couple minutes left, who cares?
Yeah.
Go for broke.
Yep. There's no tomorrow in that round.
Schmeichel being a former forward as a youth player in Denmark, it didn't matter to him. All right, free kick.
Kevin Scherzer gets a little pony ride there. Let's see what referee Lay says here. A little discussion. Is she going to book somebody here?
No.
Just a little discussion.
Yeah, big guy coming back from Seals to help defend. These are always interesting. Brett Strang.
Brett's outside back for the Hawks. He's taking the service here. Dodged it to the far side of the 18. Craig Yack's never given him a bad day. And he steals it.
Charlie, it's got to be good for you. Coaching at Oak Hills, you've had a lot of these players. You've played against a lot of these players and had a lot of them in the Olympic developmental program.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, between Paul and I, it's really fun to watch these guys, because watch them develop, and you know you saw them when they were 12 and 13, and you always knew they were good players. And good try for the Hawks getting in there.
Should have been tucked away. Should be 1-0 right there.
So it's always good to see them develop. I can't see who hit that. I was right in the glare. Was that,
looked like Birch coming through there. It was a great serve. He's just a little late, a little slow getting in there, a little late. But you don't get too many chances like that in a game.
Joey played up at, I believe, up at Bowling Green, and for Gary Palmisano, and ball's played out in the left midfield. Unifoya makes a nice takeover run from Scherzer.
Let's get a ball, Hawks fans. Let's go,
Gino serves it long. Flicked out to Yaks.
I really like watching Gino play. I watched him play with the Silverhawks, and hopefully he'll be back with them if they're back next year. But and speaking with him, he spent a lot of time with Technical Develop up in Canada. Had some good coaching up there, and that's one of the things we always encourage all the kids, you know. Skill, 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 skill.
Yeah, absolutely. If you watch the World Cup games, my oh my. Before you were saying about the difference between the D3 and the A-League. That speed of play comes down to mental speed. It comes down to technical speed and certainly tactical speed. So there's lots of ways to speed up your game, and not all players are proficient in all the areas, but they're much faster than a D3 player.
Well, and that's for the young players out there. I mean, you can't be good in all the areas, but what you need to do, there's 5 or 6 areas you need to be good at physically. You've got to find something you're good at physically. If you're faster than anybody else, develop that so even faster. You tackle stronger than anybody, develop that. Technical, Charlie, a technical aspect. If you're good at one thing, if you're a good quick winger and you can develop good crosses and whip those balls in and work on it all the time.
That's right, and then the things you're not proficient at, you can always bring them up another level.
Absolutely.
You know, if you're not good with your left peg, you can always work on that in practice. Every training session, you put it to your mind that you're going to take the most balls if you can with your left peg and just develop it. It's not easy. If it was easy, it wouldn't be the great game it is.
Right now, I think the Riverhawks need to slow the ball down a little bit and just get a hold of the game. You remember, Seals, there's a 3-hour time difference. I don't know when they got in. This is an afternoon game as far as they're concerned, but I think we need to slow the ball down a little bit, get hold of it. It's a sloppy game right now, the last 3 or 4 minutes.
Just kind of beating the ball around here.
Sure.
See if they develop a little bit of a target player. They basically they're putting a lot of pressure on Carnes and Yaks to knock the ball and to win it and hold it up front. And both those guys like to turn and run, which is fine, but we need to fill in with other guys slotting through. So we'll see if we'll see what the Hawks do to hold the ball here.
Well, future looks good for U.S. soccer, Charlie, even though the World Cup team didn't do too good. We had the regional tournament for our 14 states, Region 2 down here this last week, and boy, I tell you, we saw some real talent, particularly in the boys 19 and 20, which are the next group that should be coming into this league. Saw some speed, some good technical ability, and just a real passion for the game.
Well, that's great to hear, and women did well too, though.
Yeah, we had some success here. The under-20 boys, under-19 boys are going to the Final Four Nationals out in Phoenix, Arizona at the end of this month. And the girls, we had our under-20, a local team, Team Acceleration, coached by Kim, who played at the University of Cincinnati, and her husband, Rob. They did a great job. They won on penalty kicks over the Livonia Hawks. And the under-18 girls, which is the Express out of Columbus, did a great job. And I think we have 3 or 4 regional team players and interstate team players. And it was nice. Good luck to them. A couple other teams. I think, Charlie, out of the 16 finals, we had 9 boys and girls teams in there. And 3 or 4 of them lost on penalty kicks. So, for Cincinnati and for Southern Ohio, the future looks good with boys and girls soccer, which will benefit the Riverhawks.
That's for sure. I was talking, you mentioned that, ball's played down the Yaks down the outside. And but I was talking to, I think that's Shawnee Simpson was defending Craig there, coach's son. I was talking to Coach Simpson, nice man, out of San Francisco. He said basically all but 3 of his players are all from the San Francisco Bay, Oakland area.
That's great. That's the way it should be. When you have an A-League team or you have a Division III, Division II, whatever it is, you should have a good amount of your players local. There it is. Oh, nice cross in. DeFlorio raising it up, heading it to the corner, and a nice save by the goalkeeper.
Here's a replay on this, Rob.
It's a quality cross, and you can see Gino coming in at the top of the box. He puts it right where he wants it. And 1 more foot out, and the goalkeeper can't get it. So that was a good attack.
Paired it over the bar. This is Bill Mays, the keeper. He's a stout young man, that's for sure.
Yeah, he's good. He showed a lot of athletic ability and agility on that play.
It was nice technical, too, because he used his outside hand there. If he tried to pair it with the inside hand, he knocked it in the top of the net.
Right.
Which you'll see inexperienced keepers do occasionally.
Well, it'd be nice to see the Riverhawks get on top of somebody early. Makes a big difference. Sometimes then you can settle in and play a little bit, and I know it gives the coach, makes him feel a little better as well.
Coach Ranieri, he's kind of got his stopper down a little bit today because of Italy kind of took it in the penalty kicks today on the World Cup. So
yeah, Italy and Germany are teams that scare you because they can play poorly and they stay in there.
Yep.
And quick counterattacks. And I'll be honest with you, I wanted France to win only because it's the host country, and I think it's nice for the host country. But I admire the way the Italians play. Sit back and quick counterattacks. And the last 3 or 4 minutes, they almost got one there.
They're exciting. I mean, it was the games. They've been so much fun to watch.
Oh, it's been fantastic. I hope all the kids are watching them.
Jackson's penetrating. Nice through ball here to Scherzer. Doesn't quite get the end of it.
Riverhawks are doing a good job the last 5 minutes of their midfield preparation. They're getting good runs from their front runners. They're just inches off from scoring.
Crosby plays it back to Wanamaker. It goes out to Scotty Locker. Played back to Brett Strang. Shot. Wanamaker's up to the task.
First shot of the game there, it looks like Kenneth Folan with a nice shot, but right at Wanamaker. And you're not going to beat Wanamaker with balls like that. He's a quality keeper.
Well, nice thing, you know, great part about the A-League is these are guys that are on the verge of trying to break into the MLS. And I think he looks up and he looks at Jurgen Summers with the crew and Casey Keller and those guys, and I think he says, you know, hey, I got to work very hard to get to that next level. But he's certainly been playing well for the Hawks by the most part, and what a vast amount of experience he's had.
Well, every game that I've seen, he's done a great job. In a couple games, they were outplayed for stretches of time, and he kept them in it. That's what that's the value of having a good goalkeeper.
He's taken some point-blank hits this year, let me tell you. Nancy Lay thought that was a little bit over the back there. You actually started
good quick free kick. It's a good chance.
Nice heel. Oh, good try.
Well, 2 quality chances there. Joe Birch. Joe just got under that a little bit there. But you see the quick free kick. Nice back heel. And we'll see a replay of this. And that's 2 good chances they've had now.
There we go.
Here you see the back heel. That's clever. And he just got over a little bit right there.
Some great camera work there, Rob. He actually fights for it, gets it to Scherzer, plays through the Gino, to Florio, back out to Yaks.
It's a little ambitious. I like Yaks, though, Charlie. I know he played for you, and you're real fond of him. Does a good job. He's on the right side, he's in the middle, he's on the left side. He works tirelessly.
Well, he's a bright young man. He's first in his class at Anderson, just graduated from Yale about a month ago. And so his life's unfolding very nicely for him.
You know, it's tough right now for Riverhawks to get through, but they're solving it. I'm watching. Of course, you can't see that on TV, but sometimes they're playing with 4 backs. A lot of times they're bringing that 5th one right into the midfield there, the Bayhawks are. And that causes some problems. But I see Carnes and Matt Caution doing a great job up there. They're very active, working well off of each other. Gino's pushed up a little bit.
If you want to take a look at the Hawks on the World Wide Web, you can get them on www.riverhawks.com. And they have a great website, let me tell you. If you haven't visited that, check it out because it's very well done and great information about their camps, about their schedule, the players, statistics, coaching staff, just about every aspect of their organization, their youth teams.
This is trouble. Look at the back post.
Website.
Terrible serve. Had 2 players run into the back post with 1 defender. That's when you got to get that ball in there. It's got to be a good, hard pass.
Schertzer's moving over to cover the back this time. Lofted to the far post, just where you said it was going to go, Rob. And Scherzer doesn't have any real support, so he clears it off.
You know, one thing I noticed from watching the Riverhawks playing the Crew, and this isn't a criticism, but the balls are played in harder at the higher level, and that's one of the things some of our players have to learn. Forced in for a throw-in. Next up for the Hawks. The Hawks look to move up in the standings with two big Central Division matches next weekend. Friday, July 10th, the Riverhawks are at El Paso, and on the 11th they play at Albuquerque. So that's a tough road trip. Having to play night back-to-back and night to night.
And then tomorrow night, I believe they have California. Is that right? It's July 4th. Let me check the schedule here. I know it's in here somewhere. Yeah, tomorrow night, 7:30 here. They're playing California, which should be a good game.
Well, it's tight spaces in there. If you're looking at the TV screen, you can see almost everybody plus a coffee maker in there. You need to spread it out for both teams to make this a little bit more attractive. Right now it's 2-on-2 in the box. If he gets through there, a nice slide in there.
Riverhawks fans, don't get your tickets for the Riverhawks next home game, which is tomorrow night.
Fred Stangen, there's a defender. He's been up in the box. He's been back in our box. I like that.
Right. Yeah, Brett's played real solid, very solid all year. Just turned the lights on here at Galbraith Field.
Well, thank God we got a little cloud cover now. At least we can see the match from up here.
Ball's played to DeFlorio. Schertzer's giving him a bit of width.
And Gino DeFlorio is a smart player, Charlie. You see him all the time. He's all over the field, but he doesn't waste a lot of energy. He knows where to run and where not to run. Too many times young players, and I know Gino's farther on his career, but too many young players, they run, and they don't get anything out of it. You watch Gino, he knows when to run, where to run. And he's always available for the ball. That's the mark of a good midfielder. And now the Bayhawks are playing with two forwards up and everybody else back in defense. Look like they might be having a little trouble with the field and also maybe with the time change, and I don't think the climate because it's not very humid here today. Getting balls, Charlie, into Carnes, and he's not getting a lot of help. If they get somebody running off of him 10 yards, they can flick it through because, to be honest, the defensive cover for the Bay Seals is not very good tonight.
Right. Well, you know, that's where I think maybe if they can get a touch or two off of Carnes up front, lay it back to a midfielder, and then get some run through, they just need to make a little time for somebody to turn and get in position for a good shot.
Gino, if we get it to him, we create a 2-on-1. Fender did a great job there because we took the 2-on-1 away from him.
Oh, good save.
For a corner kick.
Joey Birch takes a nice shot there. Here comes Birch right there. Tracks it.
Birch really gets involved.
That was in, except for the save. Schertzer takes a serve, left peg, off a base seal, coming back out, should be under control here. Wes Schulte's playing kind of a defensive midfield role. He's had too many Wheaties this morning and knocks that one over into Indiana. Quickly restarted. Gino spins.
Seals do a good job of getting red shirts around the ball. It's like a swarm team defense. They're very effective as far as that goes.
Nice target play.
The Cincinnati area McDonald's is a proud sponsor of the Cincinnati Riverhawks. After the game, head to McDonald's for a delicious extra value meal.
Sablo, their sweeper, just heads it off into the middle. Knocked on, gets intercepted by
This is a
Gino.
good
He
chance
sees,
right here.
sees Yaks out on the right
He's got
flank.
a 3-on-2 in the box. If he could serve it in.
Oh, good try.
Okay, so we're getting in there now. Winning the ball, poor offensive play from the Seals at midfield, giving it away, and a quick counterattack.
Well, nice part there, Robbie. The play wasn't so direct one-on-one. They had a ball served out, and by Craig's run, he made some time for people to get in the box.
Carnes with a shot for a throw-in. Don't see that happen too often.
One of the things that's kind of funny is that a lot of times youth players, they think that when they're dribbling the ball, they kind of get the name of a ball hog type thing. And really, if you look at it, probably they're making time for their teammates to get into a better position to receive the ball.
Right.
And sometimes coaches, we tend to kind of criticize those guys that are holding the ball, when in reality, we ought to look around and maybe see that other people aren't running or working as hard.
Sure. That's one of the complaints of coaches in this country. We take the creativity away from the players.
Absolutely.
Hey, after all, it's a player's game. It's a very, very simple game, and too many times it's made complicated by the coaches and the players themselves.
Schertzer's about ready to get on his left peg here.
A great comment from Johan Cruyff, one of the greatest players ever in Holland, and won several championships in the Spanish League with Barcelona. And I heard him say one time, the coach that teaches his players more than 2 to 3 options is a fool. He doesn't know anything about the game. And I certainly understand that.
Well, you know, it's well, go back to
Keeper's done really well.
yeah, May.
In the air. He's done really, really well. He's made one great save off of the DeFlorio header. He's put pressure on other shots, and you know, I think the Riverhawks need to pull that ball back a little bit more or drive it to the near post. But that high ball on the 6, I mean, look at, he's a tall guy with long arms.
Yeah, you were talking about the moves that a player should learn, and Cruyff's statement. This thing is Stanley Matthews, you know, playing first division in England until he's, what, in his early 50s, and
Almost as old as you, huh?
yeah, he had a patented move that everybody knew about for 30 years, and yet it was still effective.
Sure, because you don't know when he's going to do it. And when they're looking for it, you don't do it. And when they're not looking for it, you do it. And
Yep, he was a master at it.
he was a great, great.
I had a chance to meet him one time.
Yeah, he's a great gentleman.
He was in his, I guess, 70s by then, and still had a love of the game, that's for sure.
Well, here we are with under 15 minutes left. Galbraith Field. Chuck Osmond and Robbie Stoll presenting the Riverhawks tonight, and it's still a scoreless draw. I think the edge has been a little bit to the Riverhawks. They've had 2 really good chances, but one save was a great save by the keeper, and the second one was blasted over the bar.
Yep.
Wanamaker hasn't had a lot to do back there. He's caught one shot, but it was from 30 yards out and right at him.
Here's a nice cross to the far post.
Now, referee's not going to buy that at all. It's a good call.
Yep.
Prime Equipment is a proud sponsor of the Cincinnati Riverhawks and is a leader in the construction and industrial equipment rental sales business. Prime Equipment stocks all the equipment and tools you need to do a first-class job safely and efficiently. Prime Equipment is your headquarters for top-quality equipment and...
Oh, I encourage you all to get out and watch the game tomorrow night as Riverhawks take on California. I'm sure there's going to be some fireworks available right over here at Kings Island. A great night. I mean, what a better way to spend the 4th of July than watching 2 World Cup matches and come out and supporting the Riverhawks.
What time's that match start, Rob?
Tomorrow night?
Is it 7:30, I believe?
I believe it's 7:30.
I know for sure it's 7:30. Nice turn by Wes Schulte.
Golden Bay Seals doing a lot of one-on-one defending in the back, and this is where the Riverhawks are playing great balls into Carnes. Caution's getting involved. They can both hold the ball. We need to get the midfielders filtering through. Good switch there. That's the value of Gino DeFlorio. Look at the back post. We got Birchwell open. You know, Chuck, they're doing some good things. A good combination through the midfield.
Well, you know,
the final ball that is not good.
Well, they're not playing quite as direct as they were. They're getting the ball out wide and giving Yaks a little time to run with it, or Kevin Church on this side, which is getting guys in the box. Before they were just in the one-on-one mode, and like you said, San Francisco, the Bay Seals are pretty organized, and get guys around the ball. It's tough to go one-on-one. Nice back pass, service. Played out, well done.
It looks like the Riverhawks are taking the game over a little bit. This is a crucial time now in the coach's mind. You're taking the game over, you need to get a goal. Right there it is.
Oh, good try.
Who's that? Was that Carnes up front?
It's number 11, yeah. Let's see who's down here. Here's a replay on that, Rob. Nice chip in.
It's a nice chip, and if you notice the backspin, it's going to lay right up there for him to hit, and very unlucky. Did everything right except put the ball in the goal. Paid the price.
Nays up for the Bay Seals. Looks like a thigh injury. Those are kind of nasty.
Is that caution up there?
I think it is.
Yeah.
Maddie's number 16.
Well, Riverhawks have two really good front runners. Of course, we know Carnes because he's an all-star and he's one of the better players in the league. But caution's tough, and they work really well off of each other.
Well, Maddie's so strong. He does well with working with his upper body as well. Keith Ratsburg from San Francisco just makes a nice combination, and the ball goes out.
Yeah,
Touch.
the Seals play a little. They try to play a little bit more like a Latin team. It looks like short combination through the midfield. Very few long balls direct, and I haven't seen one diagonal ball played out of the midfield or the back yet.
Right, they haven't
as
switched
opposed
the
to
ball.
having Gino DeFlorio who can play balls all over.
Great stick. Carnes wins it. Dispossessed. Back to Sabo, their sweeper back.
That looked like offside.
I think he was a bit off, but Nancy didn't seem to worry about it. Gino back on defense here. This is a powerful run. Good tackle by Crosby. Oh, close.
Not the place to try to take for you young players out there. Try to take somebody on.
Yeah, we don't want a clinic in the back there. Let's make one or two touches out to safety.
You know, one of the difference, Charlie, between watching the MLS play and watching the World Cup, of course, the World Cup's a different level. As you notice, from the back of the defense to the top forwards in the World Cup, it's never more than 40, 45 yards. And here it's getting a little strung out. We're seeing where players are at the top of one box and they're at the top of the circle. So you're talking 60 yards.
Actually, he's fighting for a header. All switched in. Trouble.
Gonna be a corner.
Probably be a corner off
Somebody
the defender.
help Wanamaker out on that because that was a good strike, and you don't know what's going to happen. I know it's about the same place Rivaldo hit his game winner for Brazil.
Right. Here's a replay on this. Played in nicely.
Right off of Gino and out of bounds.
That was probably a goal saver for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Comes an in-swinger. Great header.
The big guy can get up there. He just mistimed his jump.
Yep. We're going to have to find some big trees to get back there with him. I can't get his number right away. Probably up front, that's probably, Racine Henderson? Is that 24?
Yeah, it's Henderson, the big boy. He's got some jets in those legs.
Wanamaker's taking a little more time here. I think he's trying to remind his team a little composure.
Yeah, I think the more I'm looking at this, and of course we can see some things you can't see on the television, but the Bay Seals are getting 6 and 7 players behind the ball at midfield all the time, making it really hard for penetrating pass. But I think Caution's really limping here.
Yep.
See him?
It looks like Grandpa McCoy there.
Yeah, that must have been from that tackle when he collided with the goalkeeper.
I think he took one in the quadricep.
Well, we certainly hope he can keep going because he's had a heck of a game here today. He's created some opportunities.
Ball's out wide. This is trouble.
Oh, man, I'm sure in the replay that looked like it was a handball. And that's what Wanamaker's complaining about. I'm sure he knocked that down with his hand. It was a great finish. And it appears right now it's going to go on. And that would be 1-0 with 7 minutes and 40 seconds left to the Bay Seals. And what a shame, Charlie. Came out of nowhere, really. Great ball down in the corner.
Keith Ratsburg hit that?
Yeah.
21.
Should be seeing a replay here in a second. Yeah, and he could see. You missed it, but what he saw there was he knocked it down with his hands, and the referee missed it. So it's unfortunate. He got away with one. So hard for a referee to see through traffic.
Well, could have called on his linesman there.
Yeah. Or her linesman in this case. Well, now let's see what the answer is here. All right, they've had the better chances. Here we go.
Well done.
They're open 7 days a week, have a wide selection of products at competitive prices, and friendly and professional customer service.
It's funny because you watch the World Cup games, how many goals were scored in the last 5 minutes, 6 minutes, or a half? Quite a few.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
I'll tell you, it's exciting. That's the great thing about soccer. You never know what's going to happen. You could be outshot 20-1 and still be up 1-0. Well, the Riverhawks have played good, Chuck. I mean, they don't deserve to be down 1-0. That's sports. Now we'll see how they come back.
that's part of that mental toughness that every team hopes they can another part of the game here. Wanamaker comes out, wins a nice ball.
Looks like a great ball. That's a great ball down there. The Wanamaker's had a good game. He hasn't had a lot to do, and it's hard for a goalkeeper. He's made one save so far, maybe caught a cross, and all of a sudden you've got a breakaway situation.
Crosby takes it off his chest, knocks it back to Wes Schulte. He knocks it up front.
The caution is still limping around out there.
Yep.
Here's the goal scorer.
Ball's played into Josh Kalstein. Riverhawks dispossessed, going
Here
through.
we go. This has got to be. And it's going to be 1-1. It is 1-1.
1-1. Great goal.
Great goal by Schulte.
Wes Schulte coming out of the defensive midfield.
Good. So they did have an answer right away. Mark. Chuck, you're a coach. How many times have you seen this? You tell your players all the time, the best time to score on a team is in the first couple minutes after they score on you.
Absolutely.
Here you see a great ball. We're going to get a good touch with Schulte here. He's got the keeper moving, and he slides it past him.
Great
very,
play.
very nice. Far post finishing.
Certainly well played.
Well, 1-1, and now we got a little bit more life in the game with about 5 minutes left. So, Sean Rocky coming in. We brought caution out. Sean Rocky from St. Xavier High School here in Cincinnati. I like him. He works real hard.
He's played well, Rob, in the last couple games. And if you were going to say something nice about the last game versus Nashville, I'd say it was his play. It was,
well, that's certainly a blow to
right up
the
there.
coach, Nick Ranieri's game plan here. You bring one of the big boys out. I know he's upset over there on the sideline. It appears to be his ankle. But 1-1, we got a good game going on here. People getting value for money. Uh-oh. Oh, good call, good call. Late flag coming up. It certainly was offsides.
Chris didn't hesitate. I mean, that's another nice point that you're not sure the center's going to allow the flag, and so he played it like it was a breakaway. And
It's got to drive you nuts as a coach, though, huh?
oh,
You're a Golden Bay Seals coach. You absorb pressures. The other team's getting behind you, getting some chances. You get one chance, you stick it, and it doesn't even last 2 minutes.
Yep.
Well, it'd be nice to see in the last 3:30 here if the Riverhawks can get one more goal. And what it always helps going into that last minute, you score and you go in, and the troops' morale is really high at that halftime mark.
Mm-hmm. Good try.
Yeah. There's a little bit of a mismatch back there. Schulte a little bit taller than Ratsburg. He had the two goal scorers going against each other right there. This Ratsburg has scored the goal number 21. He's a good little player. He's up and down the field all the time.
Yeah, he's the midfielder.
Your attention, please. David Meyer.
Looks like they moved. Actually, he's playing more of a central role now with Jason with Matt Caution out, and Sean Rocky's picking up the outside roll. And now they've just switched again. You know, it's funny because Wes Schultz, the defensive midfielder, he comes all the way through to get a goal. That's great to see.
Yeah, it is very nice. He's worked hard, too. He's back defending, and then he's forward. That's what the modern game demands now, is you can play all positions. The attackers can defend, and defenders can attack. I mean, look at Brazil now. You got Roberto Carlos and Cafu, and back in the days when I was playing, those two guys would have been your center forwards, or your wingers, for sure. And now they're going forward and back. And
what happened with Cafu? He got a yellow, and
he had a yellow card. Oh, this is going to be problems because he's got some room to run right here.
This is Henderson. He rips it.
Oh, he's a big, strong kid, Henderson, here, and Wanamaker had it covered. You can't let the player run through like that. So Denmark got penalized by Rivaldo by letting him run through the same area. He struck it and put it home, and Danes go home.
That's for sure.
Anyway, what happened with Cafu today was he already had a yellow card, and there's 2 minutes, 3 minutes left in the game, and the referee gets him for time wasted. That's silly. The referee should never do that. I mean, he should know he had a yellow card, so you stop the clock. Why would you take a good player out of the next round? And I think this is something we got to change in soccer. No other sport, when a player gets ejected, you have to play short.
Right.
I mean, if Dennis Rodman gets in a fight with the Bulls, you see him play with only 5 players, it's ridiculous. And people come to see the best players play. Not to have the referees have an impact on a game like that.
Or else he goes into the WWF.
Karl Malone. Here we go. Rocky got some fresh legs. He's tough on there. Good, good. So we have 46 seconds left here. We're going to have a free kick. Maybe one more chance on goal here. Maybe we go into the halftime at 2-1.
Looks like
Florio on the ball. And he's got that sweet left foot.
Looks like Nancy Lay stopped the clock here. And in the center, she's going to let, I think she kind of thought the base hills might have been fooling around too much. She backs them up a bit. Now they'll take their complimentary cheat forward when she's not looking.
I saw Gino score a lot of goals for the Silverhawks. Of course, a little bit farther out, but he's got that sweet left foot. Let's see what he can do. It's a good shot.
Up in the corner. Well struck.
Good, good.
Nice save by Bill May. He's got 30 seconds. I think he's going to crank this one out and see what happens here.
Well, both goalkeepers have had an outstanding game here. Both goals, there's not much they can do about them. One's on a breakaway. Well, both of them are on breakaways.
Right. Nice little flick on. Heel flick.
We're going to get enough time. We got about 12 seconds if we get it in.
It's going to be tight.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh.
Unlucky.
Okay, so good first half there, Charlie, huh?
Well, the game ends up 1-1 in the first half. San Francisco has about 3 shots. They convert 1 of them, and Riverhawks have 6 shots and convert 1 of them. And we'll be back at the start of the second half for the San Francisco Bay Seals versus Cincinnati Riverhawks, and we'll see you in a few minutes. Time just finished the half of the San Francisco Bay Seals 1 and the Cincinnati Riverhawks 1. Robbie, looking at the stats, how do you summarize the first half?
Well, it's completely even. I mean, you look at the shots, it's 8 for the Hawks and 6 for the Golden Seals, but the keepers only had 1 save each, so that means either poor shooting or whatever. 2 corners for each team. It's been a good game.
Yep.
We saw the last 10 minutes, there's a lot of attacks going on, and at the 7:30 mark is whenever we scored, and they scored 2 minutes later.
Typically that happens, boy, a team scores, and then they have a little defensive mental letdown here as we're getting ready to kick off. Looks like Craig Yaks and Jason Carnes over the ball, and they knock the obligatory,
Or obligatory, whatever you want to say.
either one. Forward roll there.
Matt Caution's out. He sees it looks like a strained knee. We see him down there with some ice on his knee, and he was having a great game. He was really counteracting and working well with Jason Carnes. This brings Sean Rocky in now, who we know works very, very hard.
Yep, it's a little easier to see. Right now the sun's gone down a little bit. The lights are coming back up. We got a restart here.
Well, first 10 minutes here are very important for the Riverhawks now. I want to see if they can regain the tempo and control the game they had there right before halftime, and they gave up that unfortunate goal. And we haven't seen the replay yet, but I know that it was a handball. I was sure of that, the way everybody reacted. And guy put it down and knocked it in.
Gino gets a back pass from Sean Rocky, and Sean is he's part mosquito. I tell you, he's all over. He's kind of pesty at times. Gino DeFlorio goes up strong. We get a throw in here.
When you think of soccer, think of Umbro, a company that's been outfitting soccer players since 1942. Check out the Umbro specialty, one of the world's lightest soccer shoes, as well as Umbro's complete line of performance.
This game will be shown tonight, Friday, July 3rd at midnight. Tomorrow night, the 4th at 2 p.m. on Channel 4 through ICRC Sports. Sunday, July 5th, right before dinner, 4 o'clock. You can listen to Robbie and I over the game here. I'm sure that'll help your dinner. And then it's on Channel 24. And then next Wednesday, July 8th, we're on again. So as fun as it is to watch the Riverhawks on television, it's even better to come out and watch them at Galbraith Field. And it's good soccer, 1-to-1, very competitive. And you take the time to come out tomorrow night, the 4th of July at 7:30 out here when the Hawks play California.
Well, Chuck, it's a great environment out here. It's good weather. These guys are working real hard. We got to encourage all the youngsters and older people alike to come out and support this team. We want to keep professional soccer here in Cincinnati, and these guys are working hard.
Yep.
And let's face it, a lot of them are from Cincinnati, went to local high schools, local colleges, or, you know, like Yaks went to Yale, which is not local, but they've come back, and they are working hard. So let's get out and support them. I'd like to see some bigger crowds.
Craig prepped at Anderson High School, and Matty Birch prepped at Turpin.
Birch family, I think they've had 8 kids now. They're all
athletes
right now. I know Tracy is with their ODP program as the youngest one, the boy on the under 14s. And,
yeah, we have him on. Nick Roberts doing a great job with the U14 team, and so we'll be taking off Tuesday morning to goes Craigie into the box.
You know, it seems they're having a lot of success with these long balls in midfield. They play it up a line, get it back in the second line, then play the through ball. They're just not getting the final product out of there.
Yeah, that's for sure. Here we got a corner.
All right, bringing the big boys up out of the back. You see two of the defenders coming up, which is causing the forwards to come back. And it'd be nice to see if we can get one right here. What a start. Not a good corner kick.
A little bit low.
That was a little ambitious right there. That he wouldn't even made it down to the 18 by itself. So Wanamaker comes out. He's a good distributor with his feet. He's spread it wide.
Knocks it out to Schulte. He scored the goal in the first half. Knocks on through to Jason Carnes.
But Carnes takes a beating every game, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
With that low center of gravity, he can turn. It's got to be frustrating for a defender.
Yeah, he takes the wax, that's for sure. He was the Division III Player of the Year.
Yeah, last year in New Jersey.
And he's certainly done a great job for the Riverhawks, that's for sure. I mean, he's consistent in every game. He's up there working his butt off, and that's good to see.
College in New Jersey has had a good program.
Yeah.
And the kids that come out of those programs in Jersey, they're tough, hard-working kids. Here we see Gino on top of the ball along with Carnes. Got to believe it's going to be, that's a great ball. That's a great ball. I don't think anybody's ready for that.
I don't think so.
Gino plays such good balls. I think if I was playing with him, I'd just run to the space and let him find me. And look, he's back there defending now.
Well, you know what's nice about that, because when he was with the Silverbacks, you know, and they ended their season, and then he came over to the Riverhawks and starts playing in the first couple of games. Just the first game, you know, you could tell he didn't know people real well, and he was kind of just sorting it out, looking around, trying to get the feel for the thing. And I think it took him about maybe a game or a week of training. I was talking to Nick, and he had his legs back for the outdoor game, and done a great job in the midfield for us ever since.
You know, I think the Seals have changed their tactics a little bit here. It looks like, I won't know for a couple minutes, but it looks like they're playing with 3 in the back now and marking man-to-man at times. They had 4 most of the time playing with the sweeper. But right now, it looks 3 in the back, flat at sometimes, but watching the build-up here, which, of course, sometimes you can't see on the screen, looks like they're playing just 3 flat. So we'll see if that through ball that we were trying to get through can go.
A little dispossessed here. Good trouble over to Henderson. Oh, great service. Should have been. A little bit overrun. Off the defender, or off one of the Bay Seals there. It'll be a throw in for the Hawks.
A lot of kids on the press box side here and there. You could probably hear them. They're having a good time with the clowns and the water balloons and everything. You had a great halftime, and what a great environment for a young kid to come out and watch.
Robbie, we got to get one of those water shooter things, man.
Here we go.
Out to Rocky. Nice.
Oh, that's got to be a red card. It has to be a red card. The breakaway.
Breakaway
Sure,
going to go. And she hits it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. He was running away. I'm sure we're going to see a replay on this.
Nancy Lay is not a happy lady.
That's a good call. She's had a good game, Chuck.
Yep,
she's had a
really took charge there.
Really good one. I mean, I can't complain about that if I'm a coach. Kind of a silly foul right there, because even if he does score, it's 2-1, but he's got 38 minutes left.
Right.
She didn't hesitate. I like that. I like that rule. I think it's made for an enjoyable World Cup. I know there's been a lot of irregularities in the refereeing, but you notice we haven't seen any violent, vicious fouls from behind.
Your attention, please. A red card issued to San Francisco Bay Seals, number 9, Shawnee Simpson.
Looks like Shawnee Simpson's going to take a quick shower tonight.
She's got a long walk because they're making him come out right in front of the fans, too. I guess that's even worse.
He might pick up a few pieces of fruit or something, you know?
Now
all right.
to get behind them, Hawks. Let's go Hawks!
We'll see now what kind of defensive tactics the Seals use, and if they're going to change anything, and see what the coach does for the home side here.
This is who we got, Craig and Yax and DeFloria looking this over. They always seem to ponder this pretty good. Let's see what they got planned. Little chip through. Unfortunately, didn't quite get the wall cleared.
So here we are, 1-1, 36 minutes remaining, and we'll score the second half here, but we just had a player, Simpson, number 9, ejected from San Francisco. Good call from Nancy Lay, the referee. I think she's had a very, very good game. Missed one handball on a goal, but she needed help from her linesman, and he left her
without help.
Right.
That's about the best we can say right there.
So we'll see what happens now.
Boy, those numbers are hard to read. Wanamaker goes over and takes one, looks like Ahmad Rashad there, taking one over his shoulder.
Nice ball from Wanamaker.
Yak.
So Yax and Carnes up there, 1-on-1. If they get in quick, they got a good chance here.
Good little combination there. Oh, coming through. Good try.
That's a good idea. Very nice. Quick ball from Wanamaker, perfect. Put it into Yax's space. Carnes comes up there and helps them, and we get the midfield player running through, and a good shot on goal. You know, sometimes, Chuck, from a coaching standpoint, though, you play harder when you only have 10 players. I've never been able to figure this out. Why all of a sudden players would work harder because we're a guy down? Now, what sense does that make? Why wouldn't you be working hard all the time?
Yep. Or, you know, exactly. I mean, how many times have you seen a team go down one player and the team didn't rise to the occasion and not play better?
Oh, we saw that the other day with that silly foul for the English player in England-Argentina. And my God, what a game it was at the end. You would have thought that they had the extra player. I don't know, sometimes I guess a team with 11 players relaxes a little bit.
Yep. Nice little turn. Joey Birch going through. Shields the ball a bit. It's over to play on.
Seems like sometimes the players from both teams are running with the ball a little bit too much and not playing simple enough.
Here comes Henderson.
He's kind of on his own up there now.
Yep.
There we go.
Side step by Sean. Craigie runs off the ball. Well done. Max Number 7 for the Hawks. Nice through ball. A little tough for Rocky to get it on his left peg there, which he's kind of deadly with the left one.
Well, the game's livened up a little bit, man. Since we got that red card, now both teams are going forward. Calling Rocky there for pulling him back.
Yep. I was going to say, Strangman, nice little slide tackle there, which was fine. Tip through to Henderson. I think that's where they're going to be looking. Boy, he's so tall.
Fans, don't forget to get your tickets for tomorrow night's game when the Riverhawks take on a California Jaguar.
Hawks are sorting it out a little bit, pushing it around. Gives into Gino. He's their gearbox, that's for sure.
I'm surprised that the games that I've seen, they don't try to man mark him at all, because it seems like where he goes, the Riverhawks go.
Yep.
At least in the midfield area. So
Absolutely.
smooth with his passes. Here's a chance. You got Rocky coming in hard at the back post.
Making a great run.
Oh, offside. Offside.
Tough one. Rocky had to run there. I don't know who was over there. Scherzer. I don't know if he didn't see him or had a bad angle.
Premier Soccer Specialty Shop, Soccer CSI. If you're looking for
Would
the
have been
area's
nice.
widest selection of soccer shoes, teamwear, apparel, and equipment, be sure to visit Soccer CSI, which is conveniently located in the
look for
Princeton Plaza, across from Tri-County Mall.
pages with
Discover
the,
Soccer CSI.
I'll find it.
Well, here we are at Galbraith Field, and we've got the 6 and 8 Riverhawks playing against the 6 and 10 Bay Seals. Bay Seals won their last game the other night to beat Vancouver 86s 1-0. And the Hawks, we know they suffered a 6-3 loss to first place Nashville Metros in the Central Division. I think they beat the Metros before or tied them during the season.
That was a payback. There was a controversial offsides call there. Gave the Riverhawks the victory.
That's always good for the home side to win. It should be. That's what I say. As much as I love Italy and watching them play, it was good for France to win. It just keeps the excitement going for the home folks. And by the way, you know there are no shops open in France today during that game. If they were, they must have been an outcast.
That's right.
Or they didn't make any money.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Would you like to win a
Riverhawks are starting to take over this game. Slowly, you're starting to see signs right here. I think, Chuck, if they stop trying to go strictly down the middle and get these balls from midfield wide, you got Birch open on this side, with some Yaks open on the other side. That area, if they get it in there and get behind the defense, they're going to be successful.
Well, the thing is, in the first half, when they played straightaway long, it was usually 1 versus 2 marking. Either Carnes or Yaks were going one on 2 all the time. But when they switched the ball out wide and either gave Yaks or Scherzer time to run with the ball, they got more players in the box, and then they created some nice crosses. Looks to be dangerous. Over to Henderson. He's in tough position here. Ball's played back. A little pressure. Here we go. Henderson's loose.
Oh.
Well done.
Yeah, it was. And you know, they had it covered pretty well. The entry ball, the last ball was a bad one.
Riverhawks are proud to present Hawk Talk, a call-in show every Monday during the Riverhawks season. You can get Riverhawk and A-League updates straight from the coach secretary.
Riverhawks like to announce their upcoming dates and tryouts for their youth teams. They do support teams U15, 16, 17, and 18. I'll give you the dates and times on these if you want to jot them down. Or better yet, you can call the office at the Riverhawks at 942-SOAR, S-O-A-R. Or you can check their website, www.riverhawks.com. But I'll give them to you real quickly if we can get a break here. Friday, July 31st, which is coming up a bit here. Boys U15, those are 83s, 9:30 to 11 a.m. These are all at McGinnis Park up in Westchester, up by Lakota.
That was a nice little combination. It's a long build-up out of the middle. We got the ball to Rocky, got the ball back in the center, and if the Riverhawks keep playing with this composure and this type of possession, they're going to wear the other team down.
Oh, Gino.
He's a veteran. He's sneaky, isn't he?
Yeah,
he saw that goalkeeper a little bit off his line. He didn't realize the guy was 6'3". He thought he was 5'3" and tried to go over his head, but hey, it happens.
I'll tell you, Bill Mays had a nice game here for the Bay Seals. 16th tryouts are Friday 31st and Saturday August 1st, 12:30 12:30 to 2:30. The 17s go on 31st and the 1st of August from 3:30 to 5:30. And the 18s from 6:30 to 8:30. That's on Friday the 31st and August 1st at McGinnis Park. Call the Hawks office at 942-SCORE. If you have a son that's interested in trying out for the Hawks.
Say we're getting some great camera work here today, Chuck. As you see on the screen, I mean, you can see the speed and the action of everything going on. Sometimes we see it from up here. It looks a lot easier than it is, but when we get the sideline camera, you see the hard tackling, the vicious cuts that the players take, the violent turns. It's fantastic. Well, May with the goal kick again. Since the ejection 10 minutes ago of Simpson, we're playing one player up, and we're starting to take over the game slowly but surely.
1-1 San Francisco Bay Seals versus the Riverhawks. We have about 28 minutes and 30 seconds left in the match. Ball's played back to Chris Wanamaker. Over to Scotty Blocker. Up, gets stripped.
That's a yellow card. Yeah, well deserved right there. I think
Scherzer kind of slowed him down a little bit. It wasn't a breakaway situation, so it definitely wasn't a red.
Scherzer needs to play a little bit quicker in that situation there. He had a couple players open and didn't choose the right option, and then he realized he made a mistake, so he got the yellow card, which doesn't hurt us at all.
Your attention, please. Yellow card caution issued to Cincinnati Riverhawks, number 10, Kevin
Trouble.
It's trouble. Oh,
Great
what
save
a
by
save.
Wanamaker.
I tell you, I like this Henderson, though. He does a good job. He's composed up there for a big man,
Yep.
and Wanamaker watched it all the way through. That's the value of having Chris Wanamaker on your team. Here you see the ball come into Henderson. Quick turn, quick snapshot, and Wanamaker, instead of trying to catch it and making a mistake, parries it over for the corner.
We have now we have to worry about Henderson with his head. He's a tall player, and I imagine he could be dangerous here.
This ball will be swinging in. It's a good serve. It's in. Oh, no.
There's Henderson. 2-1.
Oh, no. What a
Henderson
shame.
scores second goal with 27.
And here you see Wanamaker really helping out by parrying that ball, and just hopefully you can see the replay if somebody did lose their mark. Here it comes in. A great ball, an in-swinger. You see Wanamaker starting to move to it at the end right there. Near post run.
Back to Henderson. Slips inside.
Yeah, whoever marked Henderson didn't stay with him. All right, important lesson on that replay for young players. You stay with your player until it's all the way through. You see, it even happens with the professional players. Well, it certainly turned the game around now because the Riverhawks are in complete command there. All of a sudden, two quick shots, and one of them results in a goal. Henderson's a big boy.
He's definitely dangerous
Big
player.
boy. I mean, how can you lose track of him on the field? And now the game looks good for the Golden Seals because all they have to do is run time off the clock and defend. Well, let's see if the Riverhawks, Chuck, if they push more players going forward.
I don't think Nick's going to hit the panic button yet.
Here we go.
Because he's had some good chances.
Absolutely. And good defensive effort right there, and we almost got through. So maybe we can return a favor right here. Joe Birch getting through here and creating some problems for us.
Good try, good header.
Looks like we got a substitute coming down here for the Golden Seals. Coach Simpson looks like he's going to bring on number 3, Alberto Cruz, defender, 27 years old from the University of Santa Clara. All right, he's also going to use his second substitute to bring on number 7, Ken Rogoski, defender, also 27 for Sacramento State. So you see the heavy California influence on this group here.
Yeah. Well, let's see, they got about 5 or 6 players here from the University of San Francisco. That's one of the most heralded college programs in the nation.
Yeah, it was. Steve Negoesco, they won national championships, maybe the first program to have a great soccer stadium. But, Chuck, 2 defenders coming in, so let's see what they're going to do. If they're going to take 2 defenders out, take their forwards out, and just try to hold on, or what?
I think Coach Simpson would be very happy.
Good fellow. Look at the back post at Yak's back there. If we can see him, we got Carnes at the back post, too.
Good try.
Golden State is very weak at tracking down the runner going to the far post, particularly if it's coming out of the midfield. But on the other hand, the Riverhawks have not recognized it fast enough. Oh, taking Henderson off.
That's surprising.
This is really interesting right here. Henderson, forward, coming off for Cruz to go in, and also coming off the number 17, Josh Kalkstein, a midfielder. So was played in the Dutch second or third division. So this is interesting strategy now. The only problem is if we score, we go up. What do you do?
Yeah, then you're stuck with your defenders.
So things are looking tough here for Riverhawks, unless we get a quick goal. 23 minutes left. Goal with 25 minutes left by Henderson. Puts them up 2-1. And I got a feeling now, after seeing that long clearance that Charlie Lee, we're just going to see some long balls to run the clock.
Jump higher and increase your foot speed. Part of the Health Alliance, Spectrum Acceleration Training is proud to keep the Cincinnati Riverhawks at their competitive best.
Strang wins the ball. Serves it into Carnes up front. Rocky goes through. Oh, my man, off the defender right to Bill May.
Just don't
Thank
go
you,
your
thank
way.
you.
Well, I think watching up here, maybe it's time for Riverhawks to send an extra player forward. I'm seeing 4 players back against 2. Maybe now is the time to push an extra forward up or another player in the midfield, because you know they're going to be defending like heck.
Yep, you got to get numbers up. It certainly makes life much easier. Ooh. Nice service across the middle there. Touch away.
See, they've got 5 players back against our 2 forwards. That's tough. That makes it hard on Yaks and whoever else is running through from the midfield there.
Scotty Blocker down there cleaning up the mess in the back there, and Wanamaker comes out. Mike Crosby makes a nice switch over. Ball's played up. We got to get Gino back in the mix here.
Yaks working hard up front as usual.
Here comes Gino right down the middle. Oh, good try. There's a nice chance for the Riverhawks, just a touch away.
Well, they're getting in there. We still got plenty of time.
I saw Matty Caution, who was taken out with an injury. I spoke with him at halftime, and he has a deep contusion to his thigh. And so the guy kind of gave him a pretty good hit, and he's going to be in rehab a couple of days with that.
Basically, the adjustment that the Golden Seals have made with their 2 players is they're playing with no forwards. They have Alberto Cruz, who you see him going into your screen now. He's playing as a top forward. He's working very hard, and they're playing balls into the corners. But basically, when the ball turns over, they're going right back into the midfield. So it looks like they're playing a 3-7 in midfield. Playing numbers down. This is where the Riverhawks can push people up, get it in the box, and go for it.
Here, Coach Simpson's putting in his third. Eric Farfan from Fresno State. That's out at Johnny Bloom's old club.
Yeah, the Ohio State coach.
Yeah, now with the Buckeyes here. It's going in, and they're pulling out Marco Bonacorsi, who's one of their front runners. So looks to me like Coach Simpson's looking to hang on here
to prevent defense.
So we'll see what happens here. Hawks are up a little high.
I would like to see the Hawks get some more players forward. You're getting corner kicks and attacks, and I'm seeing all the red shirts back, Chuck, and I'm seeing 4 and 5 Riverhawks hanging out here. You don't need that because you got Wanamaker behind you.
Right.
You're always playing with an extra player in the back, even if it's man-to-man.
Well, plus they have a man up, so it's
Sure.
even worth 2.
Right now, you'll see after this goal kick, they're playing with 5 in the defense, the red is. So they're not even trying to score another goal. What they're going to do is play long balls up into the crowd, into the corners. They're going to destroy it. They're going to take time off the clock.
Even more so to counteract that, the Hawks need to go into their possession mode a little bit and if they don't have the ball, they certainly aren't going to score.
That's a good ball. That's a good ball right there. He looked up, he took a quick chance, and Rocky was just a little short getting to the ball.
We need you to come to the information booth as soon as possible. Did somebody say McDonald's? The greater Cincinnati area McDonald's is a sponsor of the Cincinnati Riverhawks. After the game, head to McDonald's for a delicious extra value meal.
You're not getting anything out of that. He's too good in the air. Too tall.
Yep.
He hasn't even come close to bobbling the ball.
Bangoo mode would work real fine here, where we have somebody dribble in toward the keeper and then lay the ball back.
And Nancy Lay is a referee's had a real good game. I've never seen her referee before, but I got to tell you, she's done a great job.
She has done a great job. It's good to see. Trouble. Nice service in. We'll possess him here. Played out to, I believe that's
Dan Woodruff. Your presence is wanted immediately at the information center at the north end of the field. Dan Woodruff.
ball switched over. Service is in. Wanamaker picks it up. That's well. It looks the other side. Throws out. Ball's out to Sean Rocky. Gino DeFlorio is going forward. Nice check run. And a great ball threaded down the middle. Excellent ball. Just here we go. We win it back. Florio's got it on the far side. Looks like a good service. Sean Rocky's making a run in. Cleared out.
Well, if Riverhawks are going to make their move, they got 17 minutes to do it. It's about time to start getting in there. They had enough chances in the first half, but great goalkeeping by Mays and by Wanamaker.
Nice clearance run by Yaks there. I'm very unselfish.
We need to get some white jerseys in that center of that park there. We've got some good width. Yaks on the one side. We're doing a good job. We need to get some bodies up there and push them back into their goal a little bit farther.
Mayfields were defending with 5 guys around the ball and 3 in pretty close support there. 8 people behind the ball. 2-1. Bay Seals are over the Riverhawks here with 16 minutes and 30 seconds left in the match. ICR Sports doing a great job. Good try here for the Riverhawks. Got to come back. The Hawks are up a player after Simpson was ejected for pulling down a player and on a breakaway. I believe that was Carnes. May knocks out a long ball collected by Schertzer.
Prime Equipment is a proud sponsor of the Cincinnati Riverhawks and is a leader in the construction and industrial equipment rental sales business. Prime Equipment stocks all the equipment and tools you need to do a first-class job safely and efficiently. Prime Equipment is your headquarters for top-quality equipment and supplies.
Throw in Riverhawks.
Well, we got 15 minutes left right now. And for those fans, we're going to interview Gino DeFlorio after the game, so stick around for a couple minutes, and we'll get to see what the man in midfield number 30 thinks about tonight's game and about our World Cup happenings and just in general what the future is for the Hawks and where we go next.
Schertzer takes a bit of a tumble there. Ball switched around to Gino. Cuts it back. Nice
Okay,
ball.
we got a good attack. We got players lined up at the back post and a good defensive header there by number 6, who is Kenneth Folan, the midfielder there. So let's get some bodies forward now. You see Wanamaker's all the way up by the center circle. We're playing numbers up right now. Let's get some big guys again. Coach Nick Ranieri is going for it here. He's going to bring in
Joe Malatino, who plays traditionally in the midfield for us, and Schertzer's coming out.
Now is the time, Hawk fans. Let's go, Hawks!
Joe's going straight up front. This would be a nice story, wouldn't it? Just like in the World Cup if he scored.
How many times?
This is a goal. Oh.
Oh, good try.
Yeah, it was a very good. I put it right on that left foot. There's a great serve coming in there. He just didn't get around it enough.
Maybe with the goal kick. He's certainly not in any hurry. Ball's played back to Crosby. Hawks start to build it up.
Umbro, the International Soccer Company, is proud to be an official league sponsor of the A-League as well.
Nice run by Yak.
Well, he's a hard worker.
Well, he sure is.
He looks like the first 10 minutes of the game. Hawks are keeping pressure up there now. Should pay off for him.
Joey Burch throws it back for a throw-in. Looks like Brett Strang's going to take this. Nice camera work on Rocky there.
Oh, takedown.
Should be a corner.
Oh. I don't know about that one right there.
Here we go again on this.
Rocky does a good job of beating the two players. He splits them. I don't know about that. That, you know, that looked like good contact until the professional wrestling takedown at the end.
Could have been, maybe I'll call up Rodman and Malone.
Oh, Rocky, wasn't he a wrestler? State championship wrestler,
Boy,
maybe?
I'll tell you, you know what, that's kind of funny. He was a great wrestler at St. X.
I thought I heard that.
Crosby makes a nice little spin turn. A little possession here. Hawks need to start pressing the issue here a little bit, Rob.
Yeah, they do. They're still one-on-one up there with the two forwards, which surprises me. That
mistake. Ball played out. Oh, lucky.
really surprises me Chuck, the way Golden Bay is playing here, because they're playing man-to-man in the back with no libero behind. You think with having the 5 defenders there, one of them would be staying back a little bit. As of yet, the Riverhawks haven't been able to exploit it, so it's successful. That's offside. Good call by the linesman. It came a little bit late. You know, the international game, if you shoot that ball after the referee, it's an automatic yellow card. You've seen that in a World Championship.
Sure wastes a lot of time.
Well, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players back against 3 players for the Riverhawks. The Riverhawks are going to have to make a decision, push some players up right there. Because they pass like that in the back.
Crosby takes a bit of a knock and knocks it over to Scotty Blocker. Gino comes back and helps the situation. They're playing long again. Got to get people in the box, though.
Well, they're successful in what they're doing here. I like these long balls they play. I mean, it's very well organized. Just got to get more people coming up and helping afterwards. It's a one-man raid with Carnes or Yaks too many times.
Well, especially since San Francisco's got, they backed the truck up in the defense here.
Yeah. Well, hey, the main idea they're looking for is let's get out of here. I mean, if you can get a 2-1 win on the road, that's great.
Absolutely.
Well, we're down to the 10-minute mark here.
Eric Farfan there takes a bit of a knock on the head ball. Be a restart from San Francisco. Sky Blocker plays it back to Chris Wanamaker. Trying to sorted out here a little bit. Gino checks back. He seems to be the guy they're looking for. Knocks it along to Yaxie. Or is that Carnes over there?
That's Carnes.
That's Carnes.
Good, we got a corner out
Good,
of it.
this will be good.
This
Stick
would
one
be a
in
good
here.
time to send it in overtime or get the
9 minutes
momentum
and
going.
20 seconds left here in the match.
Sure.
Hawks are down 2-1.
You know, Chuck, something I still don't understand is we got a corner kick, we got Wanamaker back, and we've got 3 defenders out at the midline right there.
We need to push some people up in the box there.
Yeah, just go for it. That's basically what they did, and they got that nice header or lucky rebound to Henderson, he put it in.
Sure. Well, I'll tell you, you got to give him credit. He made a great turn on that ball.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's a good player.
Yeah.
But the Hawks have good players, too.
Thank you for your call this summer to visit Soccer CSI. They're open 7 days a week. Have a wine.
Well, now, if you coach Simpson from San Francisco, really the opponent doesn't matter. What you're doing is you're playing against the clock now.
Yep.
And with 8 minutes and 30 seconds left, you try to run the clock off, and you do that by maintaining possession of the ball, dribbling to the corner, playing long balls, playing it up into the stands, anything to keep that clock moving.
Then by the on the converse of that, the Riverhawks can't give up possession here. It's just too important right now.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Long ball, and it runs 10, 15 seconds off. And this is where teams get in trouble. I watch the regional tournaments where teams winning with 2-3 minutes left by a goal. They get caught pressing forward, trying to score that second or third goal, and they're susceptible in the back. And I haven't seen that from San Francisco yet.
Good try.
We can get that ball to the end line and pull it back.
Well,
There's some good
classic
runs coming in
Bangula.
there.
We certainly have the people that have the experience to put that in. Who was that? Matty Birch had a nice turn on the ball there. Let's see if we can get it on the floor on some feet.
Yeah, he's had a good game. He's had a couple opportunities he could have tucked away, but he got himself in a position to do that.
Bill Mays taking his time here, which you could kind of expect. Again, about 30 seconds.
Oh, here we go.
He actually makes a nice diagonal run. Oh, Gino comes through.
There it is.
Oh, no! Who was that? John Rocky right in front of the goal?
Rocky. He's going to blast it in the back of the net. We got some good stuff. I tell you, Yaks and Carnes up top. They're as good as anybody I've seen. They have a high work rate, and that was a chance right there with the side of the foot to just put it aside netting. You had the keeper stuck on the line. He was a little dazed and confused, and we let him off the hook. And I hope we get a few more chances like this.
Well, Craig Yaks really started out by making a great diagonal run, and then he held the ball and brought it back.
Yeah, this guy's fitness level is incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, he just...
He must have learned that from you, huh? Because I know your fitness level is incredible, too.
It absolutely is, and I think he just modeled himself after the coach in this case. But the part that I liked about that he followed my lead was how smart a player he is.
Yeah, that's why he went to Yale and you at Ohio State. Well, they're similar.
they're
both colleges.
Yeah.
Now, this is what I like. I mean, this is a good play right here from Carl out there on the wing. You see, he takes it in, and then he gives it away.
As their official sports medicine coach for more than 30 years.
I can't believe they're still playing man-to-man in the back, Charlie. Not the Hawks, but the Seals. And of course, you can't see that on TV, but we can see it. And they've got the nerve to play man-to-man with no libero and no third defender against two players like Carnes and Yaks.
Well, they feel pretty comfortable.
Well, they've done good so far, but we need Gino or somebody to spring that ball back in there.
Well, the first goal they scored was Wes Schultz coming out of the back, and when you're marked up man-to-man like that, if you don't track that guy down, he's going to get through. So maybe the Hawks can put somebody through here. Ball's played through. Unlucky.
I think he's still thinking about the goal he missed there. That's a hard thing for a young player.
Yeah, absolutely. About 4:50 left in the match. Carnes makes a nice through ball to caution. Oh, great turn by Gino DeFlorio there. Take a step off of that, and we got net music. What a crafty little turn.
Tonight's attendance is
Crosby's going forward, gets a bit of a trip there.
Cincinnati Riverhawks and the San Francisco Bay Seals. Thank you for attending tonight's game.
Clicked on.
Oh. You know, we're this close, Charlie, from getting in there.
Pretty close. That was right in there. If Bill May had mishandled that a little bit, we were right there for it. Crosby goes up, wins the ball.
These white players in the back need to get forward.
Well, that's how they had their success with Wes Schultz getting forward from the defense as well. And, you know, like you said, San Francisco's content on marking up man-to-man. You get a little better chance running somebody through.
This has been probably their most successful plays, with Gino taking a ball and dumping it in the corner for Carnes or for Yaks to get into.
Well, it gives them time to build it up so they can get people in the box. Yeah. Otherwise, you're going 1v3 or 1v2. And, you know, with Bill May back there, I wouldn't be that concerned about 1v2.
No, he does a good job. I mean, both goalkeepers have been outstanding tonight.
I think they have.
Big Wanamaker got left high and dry by his defense on that goal. Somebody lost their mark, and that's all it takes right there.
At the youth level, you'll get by with that occasionally, but here you're going to get paid. You're going to have to pay for it. And,
oh yeah, absolutely. These players are too good. Well, Chuck, I'm going to say goodbye. I'm going to head down. I'm going to try to find Gino after the game. I'll let you wrap it up. It's been a pleasure as usual.
Okay.
And I'll send it back up to you when I find him, okay?
Good enough.
Hopefully I'll have to come back up for overtime.
That'd be nice.
As a reminder for all the fans in the stands tonight, we will be holding an autograph session immediately after the game.
Rob's going to do the interview of the player of the match after. Hopefully we can get into overtime, and he has a little bit of a wait. But Sean Rockney makes a turn. Knocks it through. DeFlorio's coming through to help out. Ball's kind of cleared off. We're down to a minute 48 here. Time is getting short. Play back to Gino. Bay Seals have a little possession here. Eric Farfan doing his best to hang on to the ball for Seals. If you look who's back on defense, it's DeFlorio. He's got a high work rate, that's for sure. Can't give it away here. We're down to about a minute 12. Certainly. Ball switched out. Time to start pressing. We're right at a minute now. We need to start putting people forward. Ball's played long. Yaks is through. Craigie gets the corner. We're down to 44 seconds here. Yaks has got the ball out on the left. It looks like it's going to be an in-swinger. Pat Lenz, the public announcer here. We got a header right a service from the corner kick right into Billy May. San Francisco has a breakaway. It's not going to go too far. They only need 21 seconds on the tick to the clock here. And Nancy gives a tripping foul. Ball's going to be played out. Certainly the Bays are not. Seals have done a nice job tonight defending. Being a man down, and looks like we're down to the last 3 seconds here, and that's going to be the end of the match here unless Nancy adds on some time, which she didn't see fit to do. Well, tough loss tonight. The Riverhawks go down to defeat to the San Francisco Bay Seals 2-1. The goals for San Francisco were scored by Henderson with 26:53 left in the game, which was a sweet turn. He turned on the ball nicely, received it well, and cracked it home, even though they were a man down. And then Keith Ratsburg scored earlier in the first half to make it 1-0, and then Wes Schulte came back from a run from the back of the